Good afternoon, baseball fans, and welcome to Great American Ballpark here in Cincinnati, Ohio, home of the 21-34 Cincinnati Reds as they play host to the visiting 26-28 Atlanta Braves. They have ourselves an NL East, NL Central matchup here in the heart of Ohio. And on the mound for the Cincinnati Reds is the left-hander Brandon Finnegan, the former 17th overall pick in 2014 out of Texas Christian University. This man is born, raised, and grew up everything Fort Worth, Texas. He was born in Fort Worth, Texas, went to high school in Fort Worth, Texas, and now he went to college in Fort Worth, Texas. And now he's taking the mound against the Atlanta Braves, where Ender Inciarte digs into the box. Here comes the first pitch. And that's taken for strike one. Sinker, middle part of the plate. Count runs full on Inciarte. Finnegan sets, turns, kicks, and fires. As Inciarte could not pull the trigger on that one, he goes down on the inside fastball. Goes down looking. Lineup for the Braves is center fielder Inciarte, followed by third base Garcia, first base Freeman, right field Kemp, left field Markakis, second base Phillips, shortstop Dansby Swanson, catching is Kurt Suzuki, and then rounded out by the pitcher spot. So next batter up is Adonis Garcia, currently 5th in the National League in batting average, having a hot start to the 2017 campaign. Digs in with an 0-1 count. Here comes the pitch from Finnegan. And that's fouled off for strike two. So Garcia's behind in the count. Here comes the pitch from the lefty Finnegan. As Garcia takes this one opposite way into right field, that'll land in front of Schebler in right for a little base knock for Garcia. So that brings up the man who leads the National League in batting average in Freddie Freeman, hitting .340 here in the month of June. He digs in with one out, runner on. Here comes the first pitch to him, taken for ball one. There you see where Freeman stacks up among the rest of the National League. Cespedes, Stanton, Posey, Garcia, Belt, and Schebler all behind Freeman. Count runs full on him. Lefty Finnegan, lefty Freeman. Here comes the pitch. As that's lined right at Zach Cozart, he is there to put that one away for out number two. The sure-handed shortstop retires that, and now we have the cleanup hitter in Matt Kemp coming to the plate. Right-handed side of the box, digs in with a 1-1 count. Finnegan looks down Garcia, sets and delivers. As that's grounded up the middle into center field, Garcia will hold up at second base, and the Braves all of a sudden have themselves runners on first and second. As here comes Nick Markakis with 2 on and 2 outs. Finnegan looks down both runners. Here comes the pitch. First pitch swinging. Markakis way out in front of that slider. This man comes into this game with a .306 batting average, 1 home run, and 21 RBI. Behind in the count 0-2. As Finnegan looks and delivers. That gets away from the catcher. Both runners move up. Turner throws down, and both runners are safe. As Garcia slides into third, Freeman into second, and it is second and third for the Braves. Here with 2 outs, 1-2 count on Markakis. Finnegan looks and delivers. As that's going to be grounded at the shortstop, Cozart has that one, fires across the diamond, and runners on second and third are stranded for the Braves as Finnegan works out of the jam. 2 hits, nothing to show for the Braves. Halfway through 1, it is still 0-0. Welcome back to the bottom half of the first inning, where Mike Foltynewicz is on the mound for the Braves, making his 11th start of the season. The former 19th overall pick in 2010, drafted straight out of high school out of Minooka High School in Minooka, Illinois. Foltynewicz making his 11th start of the season, like I said, and he'll be facing the Reds lineup started off by Jose Peraza. Digs in the box with a .281 average in that leadoff spot. Here comes the first pitch from Foltynewicz. And that's taken for ball one, skips away from the catcher, but nobody's on base. So here comes the 1-0 from Foltynewicz. That's going to be a ground ball to second base. Phillips is there, tosses over to first as he takes his time, and there's one down in this bottom half of the first. The Reds' order in this game is Peraza at second, followed by Billy Hamilton in center, Joey Votto at first, left field Duvall, shortstop Cozart, right field Schebler, third base is Suarez, catching is Stuart Turner, and then it's rounded out by the pitcher spot. So that brings up the center fielder, Billy Hamilton. Arguably the fastest man in baseball, of course, leads the Reds in stolen bases. Digs in with a 2-1 count. Here comes the pitch. That's taken for ball 3 as Foltynewicz falls behind in the count. Here comes the 3-1. That's going to be a short dribbler out to shortstop as Swanson fields, fires, and that is out number 2 as Hamilton is retired. And that'll bring up the Canadian slugger in Joey Votto. Rocking the high socks here for this Reds ball club. 285 average, 14 home runs. Leads the Reds in home runs. 1-1 count. Here comes the pitch. And that's fouled off for strike 2. Count runs 2-2 now on Votto. Here comes the pitch. That's also fouled off. Votto staying alive. Here comes another 2-2 pitch from Foltynewicz, and another pitch is fouled off. So still 2-2 count. Foltynewicz turns, kicks, and fires the payoff pitch. That's going to be lined out to left field. Markakis goes back, and he retires that for out number 3. So a 1-2-3 inning for Foltynewicz, and at the end of 1 inning, no hits for the Reds, 2 for the Braves, and we're still tied at 0. And we are back here in the bottom half of the 3rd inning at Great American Ballpark as the catcher Stort Turner digs into the box to face the righty Foltynewicz on the mound. First pitch, taken for strike 1, 2-seamer, 96 on the gun inside half of the plate. Here comes the 0-1 from Folty. And that's going to be popped up sky high in the infield. Freeman runs under that one. He's camped under it. It's can of corn for him. There's out number 1 as Turner is retired. So now that'll bring up the pitcher spot in Brandon Finnegan. He is the only pitcher to have pitched in the College World Series and the World Series in the same year, back when he was with TCU and the Royals, as he was just walked there on a full count. Foltynewicz getting the, losing a bit of his control there as he walks the opposing pitcher, so Finnegan on first base, and the Reds are back at the top half of the order with Jose Peraza. 1-1 count on Peraza as Folty sets and delivers. That's fouled off for strike number 2. So the 1-2 count, Foltynewicz sets. Fires. And that's going to get past the diving glove of Phillips. Finnegan moves into second base, and the Reds have runners on first and second with 1 out. That brings up the super fast Billy Hamilton as Foltynewicz sets, kicks, and delivers. That's taken for a ball. 1-0 count to Hamilton, now runs 1-1. Foltynewicz sets and fires. Nice pitch there on the top half of the inside plate. 2-2 count. The pitch, and that's taken for strike 3 on the outside half. Backdoor slider locks up Hamilton. What a pitch from Foltynewicz, and it's 2 down now with runners on first and second, and the always dangerous Joey Votto coming up to the plate. He lined out in his first at-bat back in the 1st inning. Here comes the pitch from Foltynewicz, and that's taken for 1. You're not going to get Joey Votto to swing at many pitches out of the zone. This man has one of the best disciplines in at the plate in the big leagues. The 1-0 is lined into right field. Kemp is there to put it away, and that is out number 3 as the Reds strand runners on first and second. 1 hit for the Reds, 4 for the Braves here at the end of 3, and we are still tied at 0. Top half of the 4th inning as Dansby Swanson digs into the batter's box for this Atlanta Braves ball club, facing Brandon Finnegan. First pitch of the AB is swung through. Way out in front of that one is Swanson for strike number 1. Count runs 1-2 on him now. The former Vanderbilt Commodore. The pitch is taken for ball number 2. So count runs 2-2 here to Swanson. The lefty pitcher on the righty batter. That is swung on and drilled out to left field. Duvall's going to look up and watch that one fly as he has no chance on that one. A no-doubt home run from Dansby Swanson. The shortstop getting all of that one, sends it into the left field seats. His 3rd home run of the season, goes 384 feet and gives the Braves a 1-0 lead. That is the first run of this ballgame between either teams here in the top half of the 4th inning. As now to bring up the catcher in Kurt Suzuki, who whiffs through that first pitch way out in front of that one. He walked back in his first plate appearance. Here comes the 0-1 from Finnegan. And that's going to be grounded up the middle. Peraza, jump throw over to first, and that is retired. What a play by Jose Peraza. Jump throw from second. He was by the second base bag, as now that brings up Mike Foltynewicz with a 1-2 count. The pitch to him is going to be grounded also to Peraza. He fields this one. Takes his time on this as he fires over to first, and we have 2 down here in this top half of the fourth as Foltynewicz and Suzuki are retired on back-to-back ground balls. And now we're back to the top half of the order with Ender Inciarte. 0 for 2 so far in the day. Digs in with a 1-0 count. The pitch from Finnegan is going to be swung on and popped up into shallow left field. Third baseman Suarez goes back. He retires it for out number 3. And that is going to wrap things up here for halfway through 4. Dansby Swanson solo shot makes it a 1-0 Braves lead. Welcome back to the bottom half of the 6th inning as Jose Peraza digs into the batter's box. He's 1 for 2 so far in the day for this Reds team. He'll be facing Foltynewicz, who's already in the high 70 in his pitch count. First pitch is swung on, and that's going to be blooped into center field. Inciarte has no shot on that one, and Peraza's on base to start off this bottom half of the 6th inning. So now the other speedster, Billy Hamilton, digs into the batter's box. Switch hitter in the left-handed side of the box, and they're going to bring out Foltynewicz as he is taken out of this one, and they're going to bring in David Hernandez, recently called up from AAA, making his first appearance of the 2017 campaign here against the Reds. As Hernandez sets at the chest, works from the stretch, and that's going to be first pitch jumped on, popped up into shallow left field. Swanson's there to put that one away, and it's 1 down as the runner retreats back to first. So now Joey Votto digs into the batter's box. He has 0 for 2 with 2 lineouts on the day to left and right field respectively. The 1-1 backs Votto away from the plate, 96 on the gun. Getting a bit too high on Votto there, 2-2 count. Here comes the pitch, and that's taken for ball 3. Count runs full now to Votto. Hernandez sets at the chest, here comes the pitch. And there's ball 4. Joey Votto works the count and draws himself a full count walk, so it is runners on first and second now for the Reds, as that'll bring up the left fielder, the power-hitting left fielder, Adam Duvall, hitting from the right-handed side of the batter's box. Hernandez behind on the count 2-0, and that's going to be taken for strike 1. Two-seamer nicks the bottom half of the strike zone. Count runs 2-2. Here comes the pitch. And he whiffs through that curveball, gets to the go-down, swinging. Just like that, it is 2 down here, and Hernandez is 1 out away from getting out of the jam. So here comes the first pitch to Kozar. That's taken for strike 1 on the inside half of the plate. He's 0 for 2 so far in the day. Count runs 0-2 to Kozar. Here comes the pitch from Hernandez. And that's going to be taken into left center field. That's into the gap. It'll get into the corner as Inciarte fields at the warning track. 1 run already came in. Here comes the second. And he slides in safely. That is Joey Votto, a 2 RBI double from Zach Kozar. And just like that, the Reds are on top for the first time in this game. Huge hit there with runners on base for Kozar as the first pitch from Hernandez to Schebler is taken for ball 1. The 1-0 is going to be grounded up the middle. Inciarte charges this one. Kozar's going to test the arm of Inciarte. The throw to the plate is in time as the gun from Inciarte from center field gets Kozar at the plate, but Kozar gets the big 2 RBI double as the Reds take a 2-1 lead here at the end of 6. It is a save situation in the top half of the 9th inning, so Raisel Iglesias comes out of the bullpen for this Reds ball club, looking for his 15th save of the season. He has a 1.25 ERA so far. He's been dealing coming out of the pen for this Reds ball club. And the first batter he'll face is the catcher in Kurt Suzuki. So the pitch to him is going to be jumped on first pitch. That's going to be popped up into foul territory. Suarez does have a play on it, reaches into the crowd, and he has it. Suarez reaches into the crowd and pulls it out. And there's 1 down here in this top half of the 9th. That'll bring up the pitcher spot, which will be pinched hit for by Alex Leedy. The Italian stallion digs into the batter's box. Here comes the pitch from Iglesias. Taken for ball 1 outside half of the plate. Lady has 3 home runs and 9 RBI in the season, coming from that bench role. So 2-1 count on him. The pitcher, Iglesias, is way out in front of that slider. 2-2 count now. Kicks and fires from Iglesias. And that's whiffed through for strike number 3. And just like that, it's 2 down as the Braves are down to their final out of the ball game. And they're back to the top half of the order with Ender Inciarte, who was 1 for 4 on the day. And here's his 5th plate appearance. Iglesias kicks and fires. First pitch swing, and that's a ground ball up the second. Peraza fields, tosses the first, and that is retired for out number 3. And that is the final out of the ball game. That is how the cookie crumbles in this one, as the Atlanta Braves come out with a loss, against the Cincinnati Reds, who come up with a win here in Cincinnati at Great American Ballpark, as the Reds improve to 22-34 on the year, while the Atlanta Braves drop to 26-29. There wasn't much scoring in this one, as the only run of the game from the Braves came on a solo shot from Dansby Swanson, and the Red side of things was the only hit of the day for Zach Cozart was a 2-run RBI, 2 RBI double, I should say, and that was your final score, 2-1 Reds over the Braves. So with that being said, that's going to wrap things up here for this edition of Atlanta Braves Baseball. I've been your host, Jersey Born, and I'm saying goodbye.
It was a teenage wedding and the old folks wished him well. You could see that Pierre did truly love the mademoiselle. And now the young monsieur and madame have rung the chapel bell. C'est la vie, say the old folks, it goes to show you never can tell.